'Twas when the schools closed, I suppose, that I really thought this was something that will take a long time to pass. My granddaughter, sure she knew all about it back in March. Oh, she was gas. She was telling me what we could and couldn't do. 'Twas no harm to let them know, I suppose. They have to be wary too. You have to wash your hands, Nana, and go to your elbow when you cough and when you sneeze. The schools were supposed to open again, but sure nothing's certain with this disease. I found it hardest after that, not seeing my granddaughters and sons. The older ones understood it at least, but not the little ones. When they see you, they just want to run straight to you for a big old hug. And sure, why wouldn't they? It's the most natural thing in the world. But this year, you had to tell your own grandchild to stay away. At least the garden has been lovely. The sun's rays wouldn't cost you any money. I greet the lonely magpie, even as it foretells me sorrow. All you can hope for is to see two together tomorrow. The local radio has been my comfort, the newspaper and the phone calls. When I've missed my social dancing of a Sunday, lunch with friends and having a ball. I miss the dance and I miss the chat. I'd never stopped until now. How long will it take to get back to all that? Touch itself is so precious. A handshake, a hug, the sheer effect of physical presence. There's been so much lost this year at funerals and at deathbeds. The great Irish wake is asleep, and our grief has nowhere to go but down, or seeping inward into our very souls, turning up where it shouldn't be found. What a time for someone to be alive, and what a time for someone to die. What a time for someone to grieve a loss and have nowhere to cry. I'm a practicing Catholic, so I have my faith, I'm not afraid. But listening to Mass on the radio just isn't the same. I don't want to have to shield and hide myself for the rest of my days. Society tends to see older people as a spent force that must be content to do the rosary and sip their tea. The truth is, we're the most modern generation to have ever been called elderly. I've seen the last of cattle sold in what's now the city square. Man walking on the moon, Italia 90, the Y2K scare. Now I use a tablet filled with apps to see family and friends. It's not the same, but it'll do till all this ends. History shows we've made it through famine, the Great Flu, and TB after that. This isn't the first time that people on this island have had to wear a mask, and, I'm sure, it will not be our last. But no matter how bad things get, there is a perpetual potential in tomorrow that beckons to us, eternally cascading as the waterfall, or a sunrise illuminating the ground, housing our ancestors all, that grows the plants and the trees we in turn use to breathe, the breath we use to chat over miles on the phone or on a screen, the chat that checks in on those we miss and brings us to where we ought to be. Checking that you're all right and you have what you need is, to me at least, the definition of love indeed. Loving compassion photosynthesized from the sun and the trees into the hearts of everyone. Compassion calling us now to stay apart. Isolation dampens the bright sun's glow that's been burning since the start. And as the night falls, the darkness grows and the unfairness of it all descends. But in the morning, I know I must rise up from my bed so that I can be the one to check in on a friend. If only we knew when it all would end, maybe there's a chance we all could handle it better then. Alas, that's never been the way with life. The more you look for order, the more you'll find your strife. Fate blows in like the fuzz off a dandelion, and doesn't the seed grow till its fuzz in turn is blown along again? You have to be ready when the gust of wind comes, can't choose where or when. You might meet the magpie, maybe this time in the sky. Greet him as equals, and both land in grassy fields, and both will sorrow signify. New flowers and grass will grow, giving someone else, someone you don't even know, the chance to breathe and a wish to make, some dandelion fuzz to blow. Till the vaccines come, For now, I'm just grateful to get out for some fresh air or a walk around the block. I stop at the Angelus, pray for the healthcare workers and for all those we have lost. There's no time like the present. We've all learned that this year somehow. Whatever it is you're wanting to do, by God, go and do it, now. Survival has brought me happiness. Surviving will be the greatest achievement during this time for me. When you think about it, it will be for us all to some degree. One thing in life still certain. After sunsets, a sunrise appears. The best Christmas gift of all will be to see you this time next year. Is far an slánta ná na tánta. It's 2020, I'm 75, and my name is Grania.